Wait, did they say that we were girl bosses now because we're speaking out about this? Because I don't like that shit either. They may think that they're pretty little things, but they're both nasty gals, right? Holmes and Delvey's obvious undermining of hustle culture, their refusal to do the work required to gain the types of success they yearn for, made them the accidental anti-heroes of the girl boss era. So can you blame a lot of women for wanting to believe that we have entered a society in which all of those things are true? Hello, all of my fabulous, beautiful people, and how are you all doing today? I hope that you're all doing very, very well, and that you are all having a wonderful MLM Monday so far, and that it continues to be full of MLM girl bosses trying to sell crap that we can all make fun of on the internet. Anyway, today I wanted to read an article that came out, and it is called How Scammers Became Accidental Anti-Heroes of the Girl Boss Era. It was written by Alice Porter, and it was last updated at the end of January. And I think it's very important to go through this because there is still a lot of stigma surrounding why people have fallen for these scams or become girl bosses. I get ripped apart all the time for being an ex-hun bot. Apparently that's just fine though, so don't worry about that. And I think that this article really does talk about the societal issues and how we view being a quote-unquote girl boss here in society. So without further ado, I'm just gonna roll that intro and then we'll get right into it. Hashtag girl boss. Being a girl boss is a scam. So here is the article here. How scammers became accidental anti-heroes of the girl boss era. They have this really funny picture. I enjoy this a lot. Anyway, let's just get right into it. Con artists are nothing new, but our collective interest in them has been piqued in recent years as a number of high-profile scandals have redefined the way we view scammers. Anna Delvey and Elizabeth Holmes committed fraud in order to boost their images and get rich quick, and as a result have both gained a kind of cult status within popular culture, with dedicated fan bases and podcasts, books, and TV shows being written about their lives. What is it that we find so appealing about women who scam? And it's very specifically about women. It's kind of interesting to me because there is a little bit of sexism here, where when a man scams someone, we look at him as a con artist and really hate on him. And when a woman scams someone like Elizabeth Holmes, for example, we almost give them a pat on the back like, good job, sis. It's very strange. Delvey, also known as the fake German Heiress, committed fraud in order to scam more than $200,000 from banks and hotels in New York City. Her real name is Anna Sorokin, and she changed her surname to Delvey to pretend to be a wealthy New York socialite with a huge trust fund befriending wealthy members of New York society. Delvey, who was released from prison last February, was paid $320,000 by Netflix for the rights to a show about her life, Inventing Anna, according to Insider. A stage play, Anna X, starring Emma Corrin, which ran at the Harold Piner Theatre in London last year, was also inspired by Sorokin's story. Holmes and Delvey's obvious undermining of hustle culture, their refusal to do the work required to gain the types of success they yearn for, made them the accidental anti-heroes of the girl boss era. Holmes's motivations were not dissimilar to Delvey's. We're going to be covering Holmes very, very soon. Founding Theranos in her 20s, she falsely claimed the company had revolutionary technology that could test blood for diseases using just a finger prick and received huge backing from investors. I mean, this woman ripped off all of the most smartest people in the world. In 2015, Forbes named her America's wealthiest self-made woman with a net worth of $4.5 billion. But only 1 year later, the publication revised her net worth to zero, and her company went bust. In January, Holmes was convicted of 4 counts of fraud, but nevertheless, she has fans all over the world who call themselves homies. Oh god, that's cringe. Often describing her as a feminist hero or a girl boss. So yes, apparently the MLM Huns are looking up to them. Isn't that wonderful? And media fascination with Holmes is showing no signs of slowing down. Her fall from grace is at the center of countless projects, including an HBO documentary and award-winning podcast, The Dropout. There's also a Hulu limited series and an Adam McKay Apple TV Plus film in the works, with Amanda Seyfried and Jennifer Lawrence respectively set to play the disgraced founder. Even though we know these scammers are undoubtedly wrong and immoral, it makes sense that people put them on a pedestal and marvel at their elaborate scams. You have to admit, a scheme like Delvy's or Holmes's takes not only brains but guts too. Nothing to be proud of though. Unlike a lot of true crime, these stories aren't gory or unthinkable, which is why Queen can cover them instead. Although the average person would never go to the lengths of deception that these women did, I couldn't do it. Many of us will have indulged in some minor scamming, maybe creating a fake email address to get an extra 10% discount when online shopping, or telling a restaurant it's your birthday for a free slice of cake. What if you make 100 email addresses to get Canva Pro for free? Does that count? Women like Delvy and Holmes just went one step, or 100 steps, further than we'd ever dream of going for unimaginable results. And even though we know these scammers are wrong and immoral, it makes sense that people put them on a pedestal and marvel at their elaborate scams. After all, a scheme like theirs takes not only brains but guts too. But again, I don't know if I would want the brains and guts that these women have, because I don't want to go around scamming a whole bunch of people for a whole bunch of money. So I don't see why it's admired. Part of these scammers' appeal also comes down to their timing. They enter the public eye in the late 2010s. Why does that sound so weird to say? In the late 2010s, when girlboss culture was beginning to break down. I wonder why. Had their public trials happened even 5 years earlier, they would have become part of the cultural conversation at the peak of the girlboss era. The much admired Sophia Amoruso, founder of Nasty Gal, wrote an autobiography entitled #Girlboss, promoting the idea that with hard work, women can have it all. That's what so many of us women during that time fell for MLMs. But by the time Delvy and Holmes began to raise eyebrows between 2015 and 2017, Nasty Gal was filing for bankruptcy. At the same time, Sheryl Sandberg's book, Lean In, which was thought to epitomize the girl boss mentality, started to receive widespread criticism, with Michelle Obama commenting, "This shit doesn't work all the time." I really do like Michelle Obama. I'm sorry, but I do. Never has the death of the girl boss been more apparent than in 2022, when Molly May Hague went viral for saying that we all have the same 24 hours in a day and that with hard work, people can achieve whatever they want. The influencer was criticized for not taking into consideration the disadvantages faced by people from different socioeconomic, racial, and cultural backgrounds, which again, that is a very big issue with this whole girl boss mentality. It does not take those things into consideration. Essentially, Hague's statement encapsulates everything that is wrong with problematic girl boss culture in its attempts to ignore the extreme privileges that come with being a middle class white woman. It is true, and if you pay very close attention to who the top girl bosses are, most of them are white, middle-class women. Holmes and Delvy were girl bosses of sorts. Holmes's infamous morning routine is straight out of the Molly May-inspired aspirational content seen on #ThatGirl TikTok. But their extremely public trials and undoing proved what most people were beginning to realize. Being a girl boss is a scam! Yes, it is! Girl boss culture is deception under the guise of feminism. Very true. Whether it's presenting yourself as having it all, acting as though your success doesn't rely on the exploitation of vulnerable people, or suggesting that anything is possible for women who work hard enough. These are the lies that the girl boss must tell herself and the world in order to succeed. And they are lies that a lot of people fall for, because when you think about it, this would be a great thing. If all of this was true for women, it would be amazing. So can you blame a lot of women for wanting to believe that we have entered a society in which all of those things are true? The scammers prove the inadequacy of girl bossing by being so completely open in their immorality, accepting that they behave badly in order to benefit themselves. I did what I did, Delvey told Insider in her first interview out of prison. Haig and Amoruso are less explicit, almost using the girl boss mantra to justify the exploitation of low-paid garment workers in pursuit of their own success at the head of fast fashion juggernauts, Pretty Little Thing and Nasty Gal. They may think that they're pretty little things, but they're both nasty gals, right? Girl boss culture also relies on a near impossible template of success whereby women are led to believe that a female leader can solve problems inherent to capitalism and startup culture by becoming part of and promoting these systems rather than tearing them down. And it is true that us women who are out here trying to tear down these systems, we are actually hoping for the success of women in doing feminism a lot more than the girl bosses are. So again, come and join my team instead today, since apparently I've been out here for 2 years according to some people asking them to join cults. I don't know what you people are watching on my channel. Holmes's and Delvey's obvious undermining of hustle culture, girl boss culture, hustle culture, you can call it hustle and flow culture. Go watch my Terrence Howard video if you want to find out why that would be cringe. Their refusal to do the work required to gain the type of success they yearned for made them the accidental anti-heroes of the girl boss era. And honestly, I'm not really complaining about that, because if we actually did start to view girl bosses as people like this, maybe most of the people out there with some morals and values wouldn't accidentally fall for these scams and then be hurt so much. Elizabeth Holmes is still #1 in my heart. Like, she did commit fraud, yeah, but she did it in an epic way. Unprecedented for a woman. We're like so special as women when we rip people off. Epic. Like she was and is the blueprint for insane corporate girl boss. Yeah, you're lucky that they just put TikTok user because you don't want to be called out as being the person that said that. There's no doubt that there's an element of respect for the pair from people who are exhausted by the hustle culture mentality of making the most of your 24 hours. Working hard has never been less cool. In fact, just about the trendiest thing you can do right now is quit your job. Oh no, everyone quitting their job right now is trendy. In November, 4.5 million US workers chose to leave their jobs, according to the Labor Department. Working long hours in a job you're pretending to love is something people are simply uninterested in doing anymore. No more girl bossing. I want a girl rest, girl sleep, girl lay down, etc. wrote at Cole Sucks in a viral tweet. Oh, who's Cole? Poor Cole. Holmes and Delvey never wanted to work hard, and that's the thing, is that this is a get-rich-quick scheme. So no, you are not working hard for this money, honey. The philosophy of a scammer is, why do the most when you can do the least for the same or even better results? That is precisely why they went to such lengths to deceive the people around them. They wanted to be wealthy, comfortable, and respected without doing any of the difficult work that is typically required for a woman to get to that point and a man to get to that point, okay? Men also have to work hard for their money and respect. I'm not gonna read this quote again because it pisses me off. Epic. By being so completely open about their intention to deceive, the fake German heiress and the disgraced Theranos founder actually represent a new frontier of girl boss culture, one that proves we're all seeing past the toxic lies we were sold for so many years. Being a girl boss relies on acting at the expense of others, whether or not you're honest about doing so, which is a lot of our biggest issues with MLMs, is that there is no honest way to go about it. A lot of us that have joined thought that when we join, we could go about it in an honest way that wouldn't hurt people. That's what a lot of people miss when those of us are out here speaking out. We don't join it going, oh, I can't wait to like scam all these people and get to the top of my pyramid scheme. A lot of people join it thinking they're doing something good and that they can do it in an honest way. But there literally is no way to do that. No matter how hard you try, the company and the higher ups in it will always push you to be unethical. And that's why we speak out when we leave, to prove that point. After all, no one said anything about using your 24 hours ethically. Ding, 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 ding. So again, I wanted to go through this article because I thought it brought up some really great points about how society saw a girl boss versus how maybe they're seeing them now. Hopefully with us speaking out more, we'll continue to go down that route. But also because it gave me a chance to talk about some of the stigma that surrounds why people join these things. People don't join wanting to be a girl boss because they want to rip people off. A lot of people that join these do so because they want to help people and they think they can do it in an ethical way. But as this article points out, especially at the end, there is no ethical way. This whole thing needs to be shut down. Just this whole girl boss thing, hashtag girl boss, get rich quick schemes, all of that, all the scams, shut it down. When I was in It Works, they hooked me up to watching this woman that was named Jessica Pearson, and I've reacted to her on my channel before because she was known as someone that ran an It Works team and did it in a quote unquote ethical way. No cold calling, no scamming people, blah, 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 blah. I assure you there is no way to do that because eventually once you start signing up a couple people on your team and you're recruiting, then you are ripping people off. Then you are lying to people. There is no way. So please shut down this girl boss bullshit. We should not ever be looking up to people like Elizabeth Holmes. Like, I think it's amazing that there's actually people out there that want to say that these women are girl bosses and look up to their weird business practices. Please don't do that. Know that they are scammers. They lied and cheated their way. And that is never something to look up to. You should always work hard for what you want out of life. And on that note, that's all I have for you guys today. Please do give the video a like, subscribe if you are new here. I would love it if you joined our fabulous, amazing members. All of the beautiful people do, and you don't want to be ugly like Elizabeth Holmes, because I'm sorry, I don't think the woman's good looking, because she's a fucking scammer that makes her ugly on the inside and outside. So please do hit that join button. And no matter where you are or what you're doing, I hope that you all have a fabulous day. Take care, and I will see you all very, very soon. On Wednesday, I will have a really quick video for you, and on Friday will be Charles Manson, part 3. Okay, so I'll see you all then. Take care, be safe out here. Don't fall for these fucking scams, and don't be a girl boss. Hashtag girl boss. Mwah. Bye. Wait, did they say that we were girl bosses now because we're speaking out about this? Because I don't like that shit either. Hashtag girl boss. They may think that they're pretty little things, but they're both nasty gals, right? So can you blame a lot of women for wanting to believe that we have entered a society in which all of those things are true? Oh, I can't wait to like scam all these people and get to the top of my pyramid scheme. Hashtag girl boss. Being a girl boss is a scam. Epic. did they say that we were girl bosses now because we're speaking out about this? Because I don't like that shit either. Hashtag girl boss epic.